Join us and help us continue to support the many talented people of our community. Learn how to get your business highlighted on La Crosse Local. Go to lacrosselocal.com and click on Advertise. Prevention is the key to a healthy life. That's why Gunderson Health encourages you to learn about vaccines and how they can help you and your loved ones stay healthy. Vaccines protect against preventable diseases and viruses by boosting your body's defenses. Visit GundersonHealthVax.com to learn more. We connect once again with Scott Lochner. This time we chat Texas Toast, a supergroup of regional talent. We get into this psychedelic country band and revisit the Driftless Music Gardens. Catch them at Midwest Music Fest and People Fest this summer. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, weekend picks, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is La Crosse Local.
Do I know it? Do I know it? Do I saw it like a picture? Oh, I felt it in the dark and dreary night. Oh, I see it, and I wrote it down like scripture. Oh, Mother made the moon forget the night.
All right, so we're talking to Scott Lochner. We talked to you way back on episode 94. We were talking about Driftless Music Gardens, some of the bands you were involved in. But today we wanted to kind of jump into I think it's a newer band in some sense, Texas Toast, also playing Midwest music. Can you kind of tell us about that band and kind of all your connections to this community and music?
Texas Toast kind of started in the height of the pandemic, I guess. I play in People Brothers Band, Ghostland Radio, Texas Toast, and also occasionally with Craig Bauman and The Story. Touring life had kind of come to a halt here.
Yeah.
And I live up in Winona, Minnesota, and so do a lot of everybody in Texas Toast, actually. All been in other projects, Dante's and Sleeping Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Isaac and JR from J-Bone Bell and Restless Light. Jake Allen's in My Grandma's Cardigan. And what kind of happened is the pandemic hit. None of us were touring. We all knew each other. We've always wanted to play together, and we were all in Winona. So once we could start hanging out again, we decided, hey, let's get together and play. And started as kind of just a classic country type band, and quickly turned into something that's more evolved around all of our influences, with keeping the classic country feel, but we've also turned it into a kind of a psychedelic jam country type thing.
Out with the boys and the band went fishing. They went fishing on New Year's Day. Oh, catfish Johnny and walleye Kaplansky down by Chesapeake Bay. Oh,
It's been a lot of fun, and now the pandemic's not over, but now that we can get out and play again, it's great to be playing with this band. We all love playing music together, and it became evident we were going to have to record and tour a bit.
Just listening to your new singles and things like that on here, it does have that unique sound, and just like presentation and also just the visuals you guys put out there. Was that like a predefined effort to kind of have that psychedelic sort of country sort of sound, or is it just something that just you guys fell into or had similar interests?
It kind of came naturally after we started to play with each other. We started off as a band, we kind of did a residency at Island City Brewing every Sunday for a month. So that kind of pushed us to learn new material for every week. And once we started doing that, we started putting our own twist on all these old country tunes. And we've probably written about 12 to 15 tracks on our own that just kind of developed into that jammy psychedelic country. We're all into all sorts of different types of music, and it just melded together very well with each other.
I was listening to your album. I guess it's more singles right now because it's relatively new, right? Are you looking to put that into an album?
We started in 2021. We recorded 5 tracks at Carpet Booth Studios. And then we actually just got out of the studio in February. We went up to Pachyderm Studios in Cannon Falls and recorded another 5 tracks, which will be released here in the end of May.
Well, one thing I always love is Midwest music. You kind of share with me that you played in like every iteration of that festival since the beginning, except for the first one, right?
Yep. I missed the first one. My brother got married that weekend, so we couldn't be a part of the first one. But
So
besides that, I've been at every one so far.
yeah, I mean, I tried to go to the Winona one, which is coming up here, but also the La Crosse one pretty much every year since it's been in La Crosse. You must just love that festival.
Oh
Is it
yeah,
just
it's been part of. I mean, every spring or every I guess summer. Spring summer. It's just been a given that I'll be either in Winona or La Crosse for one of the two festivals playing music. I usually make it to both festivals regardless, but I usually play at least La Crosse or Winona.
so with that Texas Toast? So for the live show, what could people expect from those? I know you guys have been playing at the Popcorn here locally, but for those kind of a little bit of larger shows like Midwest Music, do you guys ham it up a little bit or?
The fun thing with this band is we take it show by show, and some nights a normal song we're gonna play could be 5 minutes. Other nights it could be 12 or 13 minutes. We kind of leave everything open ended to what we're feeling from the crowd, what we're feeling on stage with each other, and I guess we just don't limit the possibilities of what can happen on stage, and we're really good about pushing our own boundaries to find new spaces in the music that weren't necessarily planned. Someone can take a lead and we all feed off of that and feel where they're going with it and develop the music around that situation.
Another thing I just see that which you're probably staying busy with is just also the great music being announced at Driftless Music Gardens. I see some of your various partners that are in this band, from Sleeping Jesus to, you said, Ghostland Radio. Is Texas Toast playing this series too this summer?
We'll be at People Fest this year.
Fest.
I believe we play Thursday night at around 9 or 10 o'clock.
I got my tickets for Bonfire and I'm taking my kids. I got the opportunity to come out there during, I think it was one of the first shows after COVID when Greg Hall and the Wrecking Ball played. And it was just
nice.
A great spot to hang out. It seemed really interesting how Driftless Music Gardens and you guys handled that situation and adapted, because people are just turning out left and right. It was so much fun. What's it like for a normal festival,
Driving concerts were actually a lot of fun. We had so much fun doing those. It was at a time when people needed to get out of the house and do something, and also at the same time needed to feel safe. So we had that all gridded out. So every car had a 20 by 20 foot spot by themselves, that just in a giant field, all coming down to the stage. It really kind of put a new way to look at things for events from our end at Driftless Music Gardens. It was a weird time, man. Yeah. But that being said, the drive-ins were a lot of fun. I mean, I had a blast being a part of those. It was great.
I'm going to try to make it to every single one of the festivals out at Driftless Music Garden this year, but definitely Bonfire with the whole family. I just love also just the free camping thing is going to be super pumped and let my children run wild.
Oh yeah. It's like an army of kids out there during the summer, during these festivals. It's like a posse of about 70 of them just migrating all over the property together.
That's awesome.
Little festival kids.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So what's coming up for Texas Toast? You got a bunch of stuff lined up, you have the few festival gigs.
We got a bunch of festival plays this summer. The thing is with this band, we don't get to play as often as we'd like with everyone's other projects that they're in. I mean, Dante tours consistently with Sleeping Jesus. I tour with the People Brothers band. Isaac plays in Barbaro. Jake plays in My Grandma's Cardigan. Jay does his solo stuff. So when we do get the opportunity to play, we always take advantage of it. And we have some really cool festivals. We're playing Root Down Reunion. We're the headliner. We get to play 2.5-hour sets. So that would be great. Just stretch our legs a little bit. We're at Midwest Music Fest. We're doing them Cooley Boys 10th anniversary show in Trumpelow with them.
Nice.
Coming up here at the end of May. I have 42 shows between now and September.
Oh my God. That's awesome though. You loving it or what?
Oh yeah. I need it. I've had the last few months kind of have been bare bones, maybe 1 or 2 shows a month, and I need more than that. So my summertime is completely booked, which is great.
So kind of speaking of that, all the different dates and things coming up, is the Best Avenue Facebook for Texas Toast?
Yep, we're working on, we don't have our actual website yet. We're getting that put together right now. Hopefully by the time midsummer rolls around, we'll have that up and running. It's been a long but quick journey for Texas Toast. We're about 2 years old and we've had some great shows and look forward to keep doing it, you know?
I'm going to be around the next couple of weeks, going to Midwest Music Fest and also out to the Driftless Music Gardens. It seems like an exciting year for music and all the cool things that are happening in this region within 90 miles, plus all the originality of talent. Just the bands that you are involved in are just blowing me away. It seems like people are getting, more pats on the back and those sort of things. So keep doing what you're doing.
I feel like the pandemic kind of made people not take for granted the talent that's all around the area. And I mean, honestly, when I've traveled all over the country, I noticed one thing: the Midwest, the bands are the hardest working bands in the country. Just the pure tenacity of so many bands in the Midwest always amazes me, and how much talent there is in the Midwest is unreal.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.